Memorial Stadium in Baltimore for today's could-be coronation game between the Houston Astros and the Baltimore Orioles here in Baltimore, and Baltimore's up 3-0. Hello everybody, this should be a very good game that's coming up. The Baltimore Orioles, a 3-0 lead in this series, and they've won some close ones and they've won some blowouts. But today, Dallas Keuchel for Houston will face Dave McNally, and Baltimore's going to try and punch their ticket to the World Series. Baltimore leading 3-0. Game 5 will be in Houston, 6 will be here, and 7 will be in Houston. If Houston wants to make the miracle comeback of 3-0, they got to start today. Marisnick, Bregman, and Altuve, Springer, and Correa. So Altuve, Springer, and Correa remain the same. Marwin Gonzalez, now Yulieski Gurriel, and Alex Bregman have flipped. Alex Bregman is now hitting second, and Yulieski is hitting seventh. That's a straight flip from last 2 games. Josh Reddick hitting 8th and Evan Gattis 9th. Mark Bellinger and Merv Retmond are 1 and 2. Remember, Frank was number 2. Now Frank is number 3. Frank Robinson is 3. And then Boog Powell, Donnie Buford is 5. Davey Johnson is now 6th. Remember, Davey Johnson was 3rd. It was Bellinger, Johnson, and Robinson. Robinson and Johnson, or they mixed it up. But Davey's now 6th. Brooks Robinson is 7th. Remember, Brooks Robinson was hitting 8th. Paul Blair is now hitting 8th. And Andy Etchebarren is now the catcher. So Andy Etchebarren, no Elrod Hendricks. He might come in later in the game. So here we go. This is game number 4. Baltimore leading 3-0. And we have Marisnick, Bregman, and Altuve to start this off. And we're ready to go here. Dave McNally will pitch. And we are going to be underway. First pitch, it'll be a hard shot center field and a base hit. First pitch of the game, there's going to be 1 on. So Marisnick gets on first. Here's Alex Bregman. He'll be high for a ball. Pitching is Dave McNally, 1 and 2 in the year. It's going to be safe at first. 1 and 2 in the playoffs, 19 2/3 innings. He's given up 31 hits. That'll be low 2-0. Given up 21 earned runs, struck out 17, walked 8, but a .981 ERA. What Houston wants to do is they want to get a quick start to this. Bregman's only hitting .235. I think they think he needs better pitches, and that'll go foul. So it'll be 2 and 2 and nobody out. Marisnick is on first. Struck him out. That'll be 1 out. 1 out, and here's Jose Altuve. And that's going to be a strike. Altuve still hitting over 400. He's hitting .402. Altuve to left field. High and underneath. This will be 2 outs, so they're wasting a leadoff base hit. And now here's George Springer. That'll be low ball 1. Springer's the right fielder. They throw to first, he's safe. The right fielder, swing and a miss. So Dave McNally trying to get out of here quickly, and it'll be 2 and 1 on a pitch out. Springer hitting .287, 8 home runs. Steady go. They're going to throw to second, and he's out at second. They get him. They get him at second, so Springer is going to be back up in the top of the second. And right now it's 0-0. We go to the bottom of the first. So here's the bottom of the first inning. Bellinger, Retmond, and Robinson will come up. And the Baltimore Orioles, it's going to be low ball 1. Dallas Keuchel will be pitching for Houston. He's the better of the matchup. He's 2-0, 13 2/3 innings, he's given up 11 hits. This will be short to first, one out. So Bellinger is out, and here's Merv Retman. He also has given up 6 earned runs, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts. And the pitch is going to be a strike. 3.86 ERA. It'll be 1-1. 1-1 with 1 out. Now it'll be fouled off. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Low, and Retman will be there. If you're Baltimore, you want to get out early a lot. That might mentally, yes, nobody's going to quit. It's a playoffs. It might be the only time Houston of 17 ever gets as far, but that's going to be a base hit. So that's Retman, and he'll get a single, and they drop it, and he's going to go to 2. It gets by the center fielder, and he'll pick it up. That's an error. That is a hit and an error, and Merv Retman will be on second. Sometimes you look at the totality of everything, and that's going to be a ball. Frank will be up. He's hitting third. He's only hitting 232, and that's going to be 2-0. You look at totality of everything, and it seems so much. 3-0 with 1 out. That's 4. And he'll go to first. Boog Powell. And here comes Boog here in the first. Inside, ball 1. 329, 10 home runs, 22 RBI, and it's 1-1. He's on fire. And that's going to be another base hit for Boog Powell. Are they going to get somebody coming home? Yes, they are. And Merv Retman will score. It's 1-0 Baltimore. Oh, they're trying to break the spirits of Houston right now. And here's Donnie Buford. And that'll be a strike. So Buford now down low, 1-1. 2 on with 1 out. Swing and a miss. It'll be 1-2 with an out. Buford the DH. And that'll be to right, and fouled it off. The World Series. One of these two teams against Atlanta. And it's looking like it's going to be Baltimore. Robinson on second, Powell on first. And hit it foul. Donnie Buford is the DH today, and that'll be fouled off. Frank Robinson was the DH, and now he's playing right field. For the whole series, high pop fly. This will curve foul, and it'll be foul. 2-2 for the 1971 Orioles. High pop fly. Underneath, are they going to get somebody to third? And they will. They're going to throw it in, but they're not going to move. There's 2 outs, and here's Davey. Davey Johnson hitting .314 in the playoffs. Kuchel, and that's going to be down low, ball 1. The World Series is a celebrated event. It could start as early as tomorrow. 1-1 with 2 outs. That'll be fouled off, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Davey Johnson. That'll be on the ground. Short to second, they get the out to end the inning. But Baltimore has 1 run early on. This is not what Houston wanted. So Springer will be up. After the runner was caught stealing, he's still up. This will be short. Johnson to Powell, 1 out. So Dave McNally, 13 pitches in 1 1/3. And up is going to be the 5th position, Carlos Correa. He's actually had a monster series. That'll be a strike. He's hitting well, but nobody's on base for him. Houston has had terrible time trying to get any sort of offense going. The 2-strike pitch, and he struck him out. 2 outs. Wow. Marwin Gonzalez in left field now. He'll be up. He's hitting .266. And that'll be down low, ball 1. Here in the second inning. Low again. It'll be 1-1 with 2 outs. Marwin Gonzalez. 3 home runs, 10 RBI. The swing and a miss. 1-2, 2 outs. That's going to be fouled off. 1-2 with 2 outs. Struck him out, and that's going to be it. We go to the bottom of the second inning. The score: Baltimore 1, Houston nothing. Here's Brooks Robinson and Dallas Keuchel. 29 pitches. And Brooks Robinson will be up. 29 pitches in 1 inning. My goodness. It'll be ball 1 to Brooks. He's hitting .292 in a season. He was hitting .323. Brooks will foul this back. 1-1. And when it counts 1-1, he's hitting .529. Swing and a miss there. 1-2. That's kind of misleading, because those are only pitches that he hits in fair territory. And this will hook foul. So it means that 1-1, if you swing and a miss, nothing changes. But he's very, very selective on 1-0, 1-1 counts. Sorry. High pop fly. And again, it's going to hook foul. Dallas Keuchel is having trouble here getting outs in a least number of pitches. It'll be 2-2, bottom of the second. If Baltimore wins this game today, it's going to set up a heck of a pitching matchup. It's going to be, might be one of the best World Series of all time. But they got to get there. Keuchel, and that'll be fouled back. Baltimore, one of the hottest teams, and Atlanta, one of the hottest teams. That'll be a walk. And they walk, and on first base, that is Brooks, and here's Paul Blair at 243. Yeah, Blair, then Echebarren, and Blair, that's going to be a strike. So here's Keuchel at number 40, down low 0-2 to Blair. Blair, center field, 6 home runs, 7 RBI. Blair has had some good hits in the series. The 1-2 and nobody out, and it'll be fouled off. Brooks Robinson can't run and can't steal, but he's on first, and that's going to be a swing and a miss for Blair. 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, here's Andy Echebarren, who's only 1 for 8 in the playoffs. They want a long rest for everybody here, and that's going to be a ball. The other series, this could be a 6-4-3, and there it is, and that'll end the inning. The end of 2 innings. It's still 1-0 Baltimore. We go to the top of the third now. The other game is 3-0 Atlanta 99. In the bottom of the third. Reason why we're not showing that game, it's an inner squad. So we know Atlanta Braves of the same period. Now if it was like Atlanta, and I'm making this up, of 1972 versus, that'll be to right, and that'll be a base hit, it'll be fair. That'll go past first, and that'll be it. It is on the bay, it is a strike here, so a base hit, a single, sorry. My goodness. I got to get my head back into it. Here's Josh Reddick, the DH. I'm just mumbling, man. And McNally now has a runner to contend with nobody out, and it's a ball. Pitch again, it'll be 1-1. If you're an Astro fan, you know you got to get back game by game, inning by inning. The fourth inning has always been your inning. The 1-2, offensively at least. He'll be 2-2 with one on. Josh Reddick, the DH. And that'll be on the ground. Could be 4-6-3. There's 4-6-3. And it'll be 2 outs. Here's Evan Gaddis. He's a catcher. And Dave McNally. That's going to be a strike. So Evan Gaddis at the catcher. That'll be fouled back. 2 strikes. 31 pitches. Struck him out, and that'll end the inning. No, yeah. Houston can't. They're getting people on. They can't get anybody in. They led 2-0 last game. But right now they're in a funk. It's 1-0 Baltimore. Mark Bellinger, the shortstop, hitting .292. It'll be low ball 1. Bottom of the third. And it'll be on the ground. This will be short to first, 1 out. The Baltimore Orioles, here's Redmond as we're the second time through the lineup. The base is empty. He's hitting over 300. He's hitting over 320, and that'll be a strike. At home, he's hitting 331. Baltimore Memorial Stadium, if they win today, will be the second straight. It'll be unbelievable. It'll be the second, as it's 2-1, World Series being played here. It'll be low 3-1. So the Champions League, that's going to be deep to left field, and it is 2-0. 2-0 Baltimore. Oh my, the Orioles, 458 feet from Irv Redmond, and that one is just left his bat and everybody knew. And it is 2-0 Baltimore. And here's Frank Robinson. They're looking good. But remember, Houston has run out of gas. That'll be low for a ball. Depends how long the Atlanta series goes. And I don't know. It's the inner squad. This will be first base and a catch. That'll be 2 outs. You know, we don't show Atlanta. We said this before. Because it's the 95 versus 99 team. And that'll be a strike. So there's just no point. Everybody's going to make the World Series except for a couple people. Powell is 1 for 1 with an RBI. And that'll be on the ground, a slow roller. It'll be picked up. They'll throw him out by a mile. And that'll end the third. The end of the third, Baltimore's got even more. It's 2-0. Fourth inning, you got Marisnick, Bregman, and Altuve. And here's Jake Marisnick. And that'll be a hard shot and a base hit. So Marisnick is 2 for 2 today. He wasn't used very well in the first inning. He got on and didn't move up. Here's Bregman, who struck out in the first. That'll be a strike. He's hitting second. He's only hitting .232. He has talent. They're going to throw to second, and they are 0 for 2. Andy Etchebarren is 2 for 2 in throwing out people trying to steal. Oh my goodness. And Bregman, the third baseman, now 2 strikes. High pop fly to right. And this is back, and oh, if they wouldn't have stolen, it would have been a 2-2 game. But they try and steal, and Bregman makes it 2-1. Oh, what an error by Houston. Oh, what a huge error. And it is 2-1. Baltimore leads Houston. And here's Jose Altuve, who's 0 for 1. This guy was third in a Darren King League in batting. This will be Brooks to Boog, and he's safe. He got on. And 1 out, and Jose Altuve is on. He's had a good series. He remains over 400. George Springer 0 for 1. Springer to left field, and McNally has given up the lead. It's 3-2. Again, it's the 4th inning. It is the Astros inning. They always get a lot of runs, and the Astros have a 3-2 lead here. It's ninth home run here of the, oh my, ninth home run of the playoffs. And here's Carlos Correa, 0 for 1, and that's going to be a ball inside. So Correa, and the pitch that's going to be fouled off, 1-1. It is silent here. It is the Houston Astros 4th inning that they're so famous for. The 1-2, and that'll be fouled away. 3 and 4 came up big. Here's Correa now. And that's going to be another base hit, and McNally has been giving up hits left and right. Dave McNally, Correa gets on. And McNally is hurting here, as here's Marwin Gonzalez. And that'll be a strike with 1 out. They're in the top of the 4th. Houston has life, and a lot of it. The inside 1-1. If they win, then it's 3-1, and you go to Houston tomorrow. That'll be weird. Houston will have a chance to make it 3-2. The 2-2 with 1 out. That'll be fouled off. Here in the 4th, it's 3-2. They have 7 hits on the day. McNally having trouble getting that last one past him. 3-2 with an out. And Correa on first. He only has 30 speed. They walk him. And there's 2 on with 1 out. You got to be careful. If you're Houston, you're loving this. Here's Yulieski Gurriel, who's 1 for 1 today. He loves hitting the first pitch. That one he takes for a strike. McNally is over 50 pitches. This is 53. On the ground. There's 6, 4, 3, and they get the double play to end the inning. Yulieski Gurriel into a double play, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-2. Again, another great 4th inning for the Houston Astros. We'll have to take a look at how many runs they've scored. Here's Donnie Buford, 0 for 1. If Dallas wants to come back, well, there's going to be a strike. And if Houston wants to come back, then that'll be down low, ball 1. That'll be it. Next year, Champions League going to be a little bit different. They go into first, that's going to be an out. 1 out. We're going to have a Champions League, and we're going to have a tournament. The league will be high strike 1 to Davey Johnson, who's 0 for 1. The league is, we're just going to sim all the teams. Deep to left, Davey Johnson has tied it up. He always comes up big with home runs. Last year against Washington, he had that miracle home run grand slam, and here he's had the home run to tie it up. And now it's 3-3. Davey Johnson. And Davey Johnson, he was MVP of the series last year that went 7 games. Remember, they were not the home team last year, and that's going to be a strike. The 1970 Orioles were the road team, and they won Game 5 in Boston. No, they were the home team because they won 6 and 7 at home. but they won one of the games in Boston. That's going to be a hit to left field. And there it is, so they're going to try and get second now. And all the way to the wall, they might go for 3. No, they're going to stop at second. And that's Robinson. My goodness. Brooks Robinson with a double, and here's Paul Blair. 0 for 1. Hard shot to right and foul. There's one out here. But last year they split in the first 2 games. And the Orioles were down. They won game number 4. And in game number 5, they almost won. High pop fly center field. Are they going to go to third? They are not. And that'll be 2 outs. But then they won game number 4. Game 5 went to Boston. And then 6 and 7 both went to Baltimore. Here's Andy Etchebarren 0 for 1. And it gets away from him, and he'll go to third. And Brooks Robinson on third. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Etchebarren 1 for 9 in the playoffs, 0 for 1 today. It'll be 2-0. But that was big for them. Next year it's going to be different. It'll be 2-1. So we're going to have 16 aside. There's 30 right now. We're going to include the Expos along with the Washington Senators and the Nationals as well. This will be short to first. They get the out. And that is the end of the inning. Baltimore ties it up. Go to the 5th. Next year, it's going to be the best teams. Atlanta 99 is up 7-1. They're looking to tie the series at 2 in the inter-squad scrimmage. And here it is. It's going to be a strike. If this one were to end tonight, Josh Reddick is 0 for 1. Then what we're going to do is swing and a miss 0-2. And Reddick hitting only 217, a little bit of a dip. Reddick and Gaddis. Gaddis is hitting 157. And they're both on slumps. 1-2 from McNally. And that'll be fouled away. McNally not having the best game. He does have 80 stamina. And that'll be in and low. 2-2. They do have a travel day if they lose to Houston. It'll be inside 3-2. Top of the 5th, it's 3-3. And that'll be fouled off. The 3-2, top of the 5th. And that'll be foul again. 61 pitches. High and deep right field. This will hit the ground, maybe. Yes, it will, and it's a base hit. So McNally gives up a single, a long single. And again, Houston has a runner on first with nobody out. Josh Reddick. And here's Evan Gaddis, who's 0 for 1. That's going to be a strike from Dave McNally, 63 pitches. Hasn't been the best he's ever been today, and it'll be 1-1. Gaddis, Maristic, and Bregman, that top lineup has been good. And a shot to left field and a base hit. And they are having trouble now because 1, 2, and 3 have been really good. And they come out up with nobody out. Maristic is 2 for 2 today. And that's going to be a strike. Maristic, Bregman, and Altuve. Nobody out. 2 on. Swing and a miss. It'll be 0-2. Houston is trying to get more runs to get up. They know they're going to need them. Struck him out. That's his first time he's down. And that's in 3 pitches, 1 out. Here's Alex Bregman, 1 for 2. He has a solo shot. It's going to be inside ball 1. 3-3, top of the 5th. And it'll be 2-0. 2-0. 3-0. The 3-0. Swing and a miss. 3-1 with 1 out. And it's 4-1. They load the bases up. 4-1. That is 1 out. And here's Jose Altuve. Jose Altuve has hit .375 in the season. This could break it open really big. This could really break it open. Dave McNally not being the best in the world here. A swing and a miss here. It's a strike. Baltimore a little bit comfortable because their offense has been running all series. That'll be down low 1-1 with 1 out. Altuve is hitting .404. And that'll be a ball 2-0. That's outside. You got Springer and Correa coming up. The meat of their order. Inside, fouled away. They got Josh Reddick in sacrifice position. The 2-2. 3-2. They're going to walk out Altuve to get to Springer. Who knows? The 3-2. Struck him out, and that's going to be 2 outs. Oh, what a strikeout that was. Their best hitter striking out with the bases loaded, not even getting an extra run. And here's George Springer's 1 for 2. He has a home run, a 2-run homer. And that'll be a strike. So this is big. The bases loaded, 2 outs. McNally trying to get out of it. It'll be 1-1. He takes that one. A little bit to the outside. Springer, the right fielder, and that'll be fouled away. He's down to his final strike. I can't believe this. If Dave McNally can get out of this, if he can get out of this, you know, this guy had a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. And McNally, the 1-2, and ball 2-2. You got to be careful, but it is. Could be there, the 2-2, and that'll be a shot to left field. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run's got to score. Here they go. They're going to throw home. They got a runner coming home. It's going to be close. They throw to Echeverry, and he's safe. It's now 5-3 Houston. 5-3 Houston. And Tom Dukes will come in. Tom Dukes is 1-0, 4 2/3 innings. Giving up 13 hits, 8 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, a 15.43 ERA. And here's Carlos Correa. So 2 outs, they were a strike away. And a base hit in the left field, that was huge. And that's a strike 0-1. Springer with 2 huge RBIs there. And it's going to be 1-1 with 2 outs. You can never tell what's important and what's not. Deep to left field. And underneath, though, it's going to stay in the ballpark and out number 3. They're booing here. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Astros got 2 more. It's 5-3. So Bellinger, Retman, and Robinson now. You just never know. Because if Houston gets his, 2 out of their next 3 are in Houston. So be Wall 1 to Bellinger. That's what they always say. Baseball series are different than basketball, whatever. You're going to have an off night in basketball. You just never know in baseball. The momentum shifts are usually crazy. Swing and a miss here. 2-1. I've seen series where 2 games, one team is blowing out the other, and the next 4, the other team blows them out. You never know. When you got to get a victory, you get a victory. It'll be 3-2 to Bellinger. And Bellinger will foul it off. They're in the bottom of the 5th, no outs. Bellinger again, that'll be fouled again. Oh my, bottom of the 5th. Bellinger. High pop fly deep to right field. They could cut it to 1. It is back, and it is caught though, 1 out. And here's Merv Retman, who's 2 for 2 today. Kuchel trying to get out of this inning with a 5-3 lead. and not trying to get any sort of runs given up. This will be to center field. And this will be caught, 2 outs. And Marisnik catches that. Now they got 2 outs. And here's Frank Robinson, 0 for 1. And Frank, that's down low, ball 1. You remember 70 Baltimore and the 17 Houston Astros met last year. And it was a 6-game 70 Baltimore Orioles win. And that'll be a shot to right and fouled off. 1-2 with 2 outs. To Frank. High, and it'll be 2-2. Low, and it'll be 3-2 to Frank Robinson. They walk Robinson, and Boog Powell, the tying run, will come up. Now it'll be a hard shot. Short to first, 3 outs. So we end 5 innings. The score, Houston 5, Baltimore 3. Marwin Gonzalez. Gonzalez, Gurriel, and Reddick. Here in the 6th. Swing and a miss here, 0-1. Tom Dukes. Now behind, 1-1. The 1-1. And that'll be a strike. It's 1-2. So Tom Dukes is now in. That's going to be a strikeout there. Remember, he got the last out of last inning. And Tom Dukes has his first strikeout of the day. And there's going to be 1 out. So the Astros, Gonzalez strikes out, and here comes Yeliski Gurriel. 1 for 2 today. So Gurriel, and he'll be 1-1 now. 5-3 Houston leads, trying to add on. This is deep to left, and they might add on. Let's see, it's going to be close, and it is caught by the wall. 2 outs. And Josh Reddick now. Remember, Reddick and Gaddis both got base hits last time up. And it's going to be a strike. Reddick is 1 for 2. Hitting .296 in a season with the bases empty. It'll be a ball 1-2. Reddick, .226 in the playoffs, a home run and 8 RBI. That'll be a shot. He's 2 for 3 today and a base hit. So 0 for 3 is Houston in winning games. And right now, here's Gaddis, who's 1 for 2. 2 outs. And that'll be fouled off, 0-1. Tom Dukes in here, and it'll be a strike, 1-1. If Houston goes back and wins, we return. Deep to right field, this might be gone, and it is gone. It's 7-3 Houston. 7-3. And Houston has broke this thing open here in the top of the 6th. 4 home runs for Evan Gaddis. Well, the thing is, if Houston wins game today, they're at home and they win game number 5, it's 3-2. We would be back here for game 6. 2 outs, here's Marisnik. And 1 step at a time, high and deep to right field. And underneath, this one is back into the wall and out. A 2-run home run. 3-2-2 in the last 3 innings. It's 7-3. Well, here's Boog Powell. Powell at first base, hitting .333, 10 home runs, 23 RBI. And he's on fire. It's going to be a strike. Dallas Keuchel, 88 pitches before this inning. And a second pitch here makes it 1-1. Keuchel has only struck out 1 and walked 2. That's going to be a strike on Powell. Now Boog is 1 for 2 with an RBI, 2 strikes. Now to be fouled away. The pitch will be up high, 2-2. Boog Powell called Boog because in the South, kids were called little buggers when they were bad. And his dad gave him that nickname, and it was shortened to Boog. It'll be high, 3-2, and nobody out. Powell 1 for 2 today. Struck him out. He's now 1 for 3. There's going to be 1 out. Baltimore does have the luxury of getting 1 here or 2 here. Here's Donnie Buford. And that's going to be a strike inside. Just when you thought that Baltimore was going to waltz to 4 games, we always say this, your winning streaks end when you look comfortable. And that's when they end. Very rarely, and that's Buford will go down on strikes, 2 outs. Very rarely do your winning streaks end and you just have a bad day and get blown out. A lot of times you have a lead. And that's going to be ball 1. But it's 7-3 here. If Baltimore comes back and scores some runs, if they win this game, they're in the series. Davey Johnson is 1 for 2. Johnson on the ground. Short to first. And that's going to be 3 outs. 3 outs. At the end of 6 innings, the score. Houston 7, Baltimore 3. The other game, 7-1, Atlanta leading. It's 2 games to 1. They're looking to tie it at 2. That inner squad to see who the winner of this series will go. Dave Leonard is in. No record. He pitched 4 innings. Gave him 5 hits, 1 earned run. Struck out 5, walked 2, 2.25 ERA. So Leonard comes in. That's going to be a shot and a base hit. So I'll tell you what, right now, Houston that's Alex Bregman, and Alex is looking good. And here's Jose Altuve's 1 for 3. Leonard down low, ball 1. 88 mile-an-hour fastball high and inside. This is to right field and a base hit. Houston looking good here. They're looking very spot on. 2 on but nobody out. And here's George Springer, 2 for 3, a home run and 4 RBI. That'll be fouled off, 0-1. So Dave Leonard, if he gives up a base hit here, this game might be over. They get any more than 7-3. I'll be outside 2-1. Very big batter right now. George Springer, the right fielder. It'll be 3-1. It'll be a hitter's pitch coming up. He's hitting 453. He's ahead of the count. And did he go? No. Yes, he did. That ball was low and it was ball 4. The 3-2. Ball 4 and they walk him. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And this could be a huge inning for Houston. Here's Correa, 1 for 3 today. Leonard, and that's a strike. Nobody out. Correa, Gonzalez, and Gurriel. Correa on the ground. Are they going to come home? They do. They get 1. They throw to first. They get 2. Oh my goodness, what a big double play. Brooks to Echeverria to Boog. Oh my goodness, and there's 2 outs. And here's Marwin, who's 0 for 2. Now behind ball 1. 1-0 with 2 outs here. Marwin 0 for 2. That'll be high and deep to left. If it's fair, it's over. It is over. This game is over. It's 10-3. Houston needed a big game. They're down 3-0. And they come to Baltimore and they say, no, we're going home. A resounding performance today. Orlando Pena here for Yeliski Gurriel. Now here's Gurriel. That's going to be a strike. You're in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. A 3-run home run has pretty much ended the inning, ended the game, and sent this thing back to Houston. So Gurriel is up. He'll hit that high to right field. And underneath, it's going to take a miracle now for the Baltimore Orioles to win, but Houston is looking good. It's 10-3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Here we go in the bottom of the 7th inning. You got Robinson, Blair, and Echebarren, and they have had games where they've come back. And that's going to be fouled off, but you got to get runners on with nobody out. You got to get a lot of runs, and it's not going to be enough. 1 for 1 is Brooks. Swing and a miss here. It'll be 0-2. Brooks against lefties, point short of 300. High and deep left field. This is over and not long enough, as it'll be caught 1 out. A big break for Houston here. I mean, you never know. It's going to be 3 games to 1. And every game there's a reset button, and that's going to be a ball. Kuchel at 105 pitches, and that's going to be hit and a base hit. So that is Paul Blair. There'll be 1 out, and a new pitcher is in. Francis Martes. Francis Martes, he's 1-0, 12 1/3 inning pitched, given up 11 hits, 7 earned runs, struck out 11, walked 5, an ERA of 5.11. And Francis Martes will come in to pitch. Here's Andy Echebarren with 1 out and Paul Blair on first. It's quiet here. I'll be down below ball 1. It's going to be a long process to try and get back in this game. And they're going to go to second base. That ball was just, they're not even going to throw it. And they call that one a strike. Echebarren is 0 for 2. He jams. It's going to right field. And underneath, that's going to be an out. They're not going to go to third, and that's going to be 2 outs. Here's Bellinger at 286. That one's going to be a ball outside. Bellinger, then Retman. Bellinger is 0-3 today. Be 1-1. So for 3 is Mark Bellinger, the shortstop. High and deep to right, but a line drive and a catch in right field. Oh, what a catch by Springer. It's 10-3, we go to the 8th. So here's Reddick, Gaddis, and Marisnik. Reddick is 2 for 3 today. And the Baltimore Orioles are, it's quiet here. It'll be ball 1. They led 2-0. It's been 10-1 since. It'll be 1-1 for Josh Reddick, who's 2 for 3 today. 8 and 9 hitters are 4 for their last 4. They'll be 2-2. Pena, the 2-2. 3-2. They might walk Reddick. And they do. This has not been a good day for Baltimore. They're going to have a little bit to think about this. And here's Evan Gaddis at 177, and he's safe. Oh my. Well, we got a couple people that came in on this. And that's good. We got a viewer. They throw to first, he's back. 10-3. Top of the 8th inning, here's Gaddis again. Again, they keep throwing throwing to first. Gaddis. And that'll be hard hit. This might be around the horn. They go 5-4-3, and that's 2 outs. 2 outs, and here's Jake Marisnick. 0 for his last 2, but 2 for 4 today. 2 hits to start, 2 outs to follow. 1 out down low, it'll be 2-0. Orlando Pena. And that'll be a strike, 2-1. 2 outs. High pop fly. Underneath should be the end of the inning. And it is. Well, Baltimore's got to do something in the bottom of the 8th. It's 10-3 Houston. Bottom of the 8th, Redmond, Robinson, and Powell. Here's Merv. It'll be high ball 1. Coming up next, Baltimore and Detroit. Game 6 of the 1983 ALDS, the expanded replayed playoffs. It'll be inside 2-1. Redmond hitting .300. That'll be fouled off. 15 hits for the Astros. Redmond trying to get on. Down low, it'll be 3-2. Francis Martes is still pitching. Ball 4, and he gets on. Isn't it funny? There's always hope. You could be down by 100. You get somebody on base, there's always hope. Frank Robinson now, 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ball. Runner on first, he's hitting .314. Robinson to right, it's going to curve. It's going to be 1-1. Well, here Atlanta, both Atlanta teams, the inner squad, it'll be 1-2. The inter squad scrimmage to see who's going to be the World Series, the Atlanta team that makes it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down low, 2-2. To Frank, who's 0 for 2 today. Only .226 average. High 3-2. They could walk him. They could walk him. The 3-2. Ball 4, and they do. There's 2 on. And what's going to happen here? They still stick with Martes, and here's Boog, 1 for 3. Nobody out, 2 on for Boog. And that's going to be a strike. Well, I mean, a little eye-opener. It's still 10-3. And down low, it'll be 1-1. It was another 10-3 game. Made it 10-6. Houston and 70 Baltimore. Houston 69 Baltimore. Sorry, in the last round. It'll be 2-1. Marte's missing. You can see his facial expression. Boog. That'll be 2-2. They call that a strike. He's hitting .329. He has an RBI in this game. A big 2-2. They call that strike 3. And Boog Powell sits down. 1 out. Oh, that was big. And here's Donnie Buford, 0 for 3 as the DH. Behind ball 1. Looked like the same spot, but it was out. Buford hitting .357. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Marte's trying to close out this 8th inning. That'll be fouled off. What they don't want is they don't want 3 runs to get it within a grand slam. 2-strike pitch fouled away. 1-2 with an out. Fouled again. So Francis Martes, his 30th pitch. Outside 2-2 with an out. Buford .357, 6 home runs, 18 RBI. It'll be 3-2. They might walk the bases loaded, which would be big. If they could get a home run, that would be huge. The pitch. Ball 4, they walk the bases loaded, and now they got Davey coming up. They got Davey coming up. Oh, here he is, Davey Johnson. You remember last year he had a miracle grand slam. That was for the 1970 Orioles. New pitcher is Joe Musgrove. No record, 1 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 3 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, struck out none, an ERA is 16.20. So here's Davey with 1 out. Boog Powell is the only out of the inning. I would say they need 3 to be competitive. So here's Musgrove. Inside ball 1, and if they walk, here's the funny thing. If you walk Davey, then it's 10-4, and same thing with 1 out. But here's Davey, the 1-0. And that'll be hit foul. Oh, looked like a double play ball, but it goes foul. So here we go, the 1-1 Musgrove. That'll be fouled again, 1 2 with an out. Oh, so big for Baltimore. Bases loaded, 1 out, the 1-2. Fouled it off again. Oh my, bottom of the 8th here. The 1-2. High pop fly. Center field, they're at least going to get 1. It's going back to the wall. It'll be at least 10-4. They're going to throw it in, and it is 10-4. So they get 1, and there's 2 outs. And here's Brooks Robinson, who's 1 for 2. Not the place they needed a sacrifice fly. But that's going to be down low, ball 1. They cut it from 7 to 6. He's hitting .297. Swing and a miss there, 1-1. Musgrove. And that'll be on the ground. This should end the inning. They throw to second, they get him. We go to the 9th. It's 10-4 Houston. Well, the other game is done. We'll get that afterwards. But here comes Baltimore here, ball 1. Orlando Pena is still in. I would say this, as it's 1-1. 2 for 3, a home run and an RBI. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Bregman hitting .250, but really, we got to start talking about Houston. Can they do it? Can they win 4 straight against Baltimore? They hit like today, yes. But you never know. I mean, Baltimore, so you talk about momentum in this. It'll be 3-2 to Bregman. High and deep to left. And this one will hit the wall. It'll go all the way there. Bregman gets a double at least. And they'll go for a triple. And they go all the way around, and it will be a triple. One out, here's Jose Altuve. Hitting .407. High pop fly, right field. Good night. All that in the inning before, and Houston's going to win this game. It's 12-4. I don't know whether they're going to use somebody here. They might just say, let it run out. Orlando Pena. And that'll be fouled back, 0-1. It is 12-4 now. I don't know. You never know. And that's going to be high to right field. And that's back-to-back. It's 13-4. They're really getting on Pena. Earl Weaver does not want to burn another reliever. He doesn't want to burn another reliever. And he has to bring in Jim Harden, who's 1-0, 7 2/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 earned run and 8 hits. He's hitting .352 ERA. So he's not hitting, that's his ERA. We still have nobody out. It's 13-4. That's going to be low ball 1. This is Carlos Correa. So back-to-back home runs by Altuve and Springer. Springer's above 300. And that'll be over to right. It'll curve, and it'll go foul. It is quiet here. It's 1-2 with nobody out. It'll be 2-2. Earl Weaver probably just saying, get him out. And he does, 1 out. Carlos Correa struck out 20 times in the postseason. Here's Marwin Gonzalez, who's 1 for 3. And that's going to be a strike. Houston with 13 runs and 18 hits. I really think that it's a springboard, but you got to go back to Houston. Everything gets wiped off. It gets all wiped off. So your runs and your hits and everything, high pop fly to right field. Underneath, and that's going to be an out. 2 outs. Top of the 9th now. The first pitch, and that'll be a base hit. 19th hit. They might want to try for 20. Here's Josh Reddick, who's 2 for 3. That'll be a ball. This is just a game that they want to end. They go to left field, and that'll hit the ground again. That's hit number 20. Just to think this game was 2-0 Baltimore, and we were talking about a sweep. That's going to be a strike. You want to get out of this inning. Hard hit. That was right towards the screen. This will be 14-4. And I'm telling you right now, this is not. Jake Marisnik, who's 2 for 5. I know there are blowouts, but you just want to get out of this inning. That'll be on the ground. Brooks to Boog, and things like this happen. Houston came in. They've been dominating. We go to the bottom of the 9th. So here's Paul Blair against Joe Musgrove. It would take beyond a miracle for them to win this thing. That'll be a ball outside. They would have to be so inept, Houston. They would have to give up 10 runs in the inning, which at this level of play is almost impossible to do. And Blair to center field, and the diving catch, 1 out. So here's Andy Etchenberry, 0 for 3. And it is quiet. We're going to go to Game 5 in Houston. Houston will be down 3-1, but they have the momentum. Severely have the momentum here. They win in Houston. We have a heck of a game. That's deep to left. Etchebarren, but it won't be long enough. And into the little notch there, and it'll be 2 outs. Here's Mark Bellinger. That's going to be a ball. He didn't go around. So they would have to bat around. They would have to on 1 out. So Bellinger, the 1-1. Be 2-1. Walks would help, but Bellinger's 0 for 4. Hit on the ground. Should be hit 3rd to 1st, and that's the game. Houston avoids the sweep. They are down 3-1 now, but I'll tell you what, this Houston Astro team, they found their groove today. 14-4. George Springer, the player of the game. Springer was 3 for 4 with 2 home runs and a walk. And he ended up scoring 3 times, and he had 5 RBI, 2 home runs, 5 RBI. Springer, that was incredible. He had a 2-run home run, a solo shot, and a 2-run single. You can see from the 4th through the 7th, they got 10 of the runs. In the 9th inning, they got 4 more. Dave McNally, not the greatest, just nobody had it today. For Baltimore, for Houston, they get their first win. It was quiet here. It was a blowout. But when you take a look at the other game was 8-2, 1999. Atlanta Braves, and the series is tied at 2. Quick look at the coverage here. Game 5 in Atlanta. Of course, Greg Maddux will go himself. The Ryan Klesko and Chipper Jones are looking good. Belliard, McGriff, just a little bit. I mean, there's some are all right, some not. Some the same, some not. A little bit of a difference here. Pitching-wise, just the ERA for Atlanta 1999 is low. And this is a little bit high for 95, but it's 2-2. Except for the first game. Well, Game 3, Atlanta 1995, won on a 3-run home run. 3-1 though. The Astros win 14-4 after losing by 3, getting shut out by 6, and winning by 1. Now it's 14-4 they win. The home runs, Gonzalez, Altuve, Gaddis, Springer had 2, and Bregman. They had 5 home runs to 2 home runs for the Baltimore Orioles. It was just that type of a game. So that's going to be it for us today as you look at the playoffs. There you go. Baltimore is still a game away. Atlanta trying to get the pivotal Game 5. Check out 1983, Baltimore and Detroit, coming up next. Have a great day. I'll see you then.